There we go.
John.
Dear John.
Dear John. So glad this is playing now.
Dear John Tavares.
And with the first overall pick, the New York Islanders select John Tavares.
On June 26, 2009, you became a New York Islander.
You were the answer to all our prayers.
You were the answer.
For 9 years, you were part of the New York Islanders, and many of those years, you were the captain.
Oh, my
You
God.
were seen as the face of the franchise, the savior. You were the chosen one.
We looked up to you. Kids looked up to you.
You were not just only the Islanders captain,
How long
you were
is
the
this?
fans captain too.
We thought you were a class act.
Yeah.
Looks like it was just all an act.
Do you remember saying that you loved Long Island?
I've always stated how much I love it here.
Do you remember saying how great players stay with their team their whole careers and how you wanted to do the same?
Wow.
This is obviously where I hope
right.
to be, and I've always stated that.
Do you remember saying how you wanted to lift a Stanley Cup here in Nassau with the Islanders?
I think we get the
Because
idea.
I do.
Yeah.
Captain John
Can I
Tavares
just pause this
is
now?
now a Toronto Maple Leaf.
Very fortunate to be here and happy to call myself a Maple Leaf.
On July 1st, you chose to go home to Toronto.
You turned us all down. You
Jesus.
hurt us all.
You really
Just
seem to
pause it
care
for a
about
second.
yourself.
Oh, okay.
Not all those young Islander.
These are human beings upset over a hockey player.
One hockey player.
One hockey player.
Yeah. Who's not from there.
No, and it's great. I mean, the simplicity of your life. If this means that much to you, you're doing all right.
Yeah. You know what I noticed about that video too, though?
What?
Was that just done recently?
Oh yeah.
Look how much nicer it is there than here.
Yeah, I'm sure this would have been done recently.
Well,
yeah.
look, I'm look at the people in the video that I could see before I had to give it to you.
Yeah.
They're just they're not looking at this crapola.
No, this would be on Long Island.
Yeah.
Where I guess they get the the effect off the ocean. It's warmer.
Listen, I've been keeping track of the weather because of
Yeah.
Charlie moving there.
Yeah.
It's a completely different world. It really is. I used to think, and I was wrong, that their weather was sort of similar to ours. It's not.
No.
I mean, at times it is. We're closer to that
Right.
than Americans would think, but they're not getting this.
No, the trees would be close to budding down there and stuff now.
Oh yeah. It'd be much warmer. that way.
Budding?
Yeah.
Like you're saying, the trees would be budding?
But you get the idea. They got a bunch of these Islander fans together to do
Yes.
this Dear John. The poor guy, like, I mean, it's bizarre, isn't it, with sports?
Yeah.
Because say I'm an exec, well, on any capacity, if I have, I'm offered a job,
Yeah.
I'm free to take it.
Yeah.
And how often in other capacities would somebody say, "Oh, you shouldn't have taken that job. I know, it's closer to home and the money's great, but no, you should have stayed in your own job." Like,
Well, no, of course. And then those sweet people, and I mean that. I mean, if you're that upset about John Tavares. John Tavares?
John Tavares. It's not TR.
Okay, all right.
It's Tavares.
Just relax.
It's not Travares.
Excuse me, just relax.
Well, come on, you're in Toronto.
Okay, well, Lisa,
Get on it.
Excuse me, you just forgot your own name.
Yeah, but that's different. This is a Leaf.
I know.
I'm not important. A Leaf
Listen,
is.
I know it's Tavares. I'm trying to have a little fun. Anyway, I think it's sweet that those people, if that's the worst thing, as you were about to say, if that's all you got going on, if that's the biggest thing on your plate this week, good for you.
Yeah.
You know?
But on a serious note, and I'll say it again, I really want to see how the Maple Leafs react tomorrow night. Because the Islanders were here a couple of months ago, and the Leafs lost 4-0. They just really didn't show up. But this is on the island where he played. The fans are going to be going crazy. This video, I want the other players to say, "Let's win this for John." If they lay an egg, then I'm sorry. I'm not going to feel good about this team. And that's the biggest priority.
How do you feel about the team? Is it irrespective or irregardless? I always screw that up.
What do you mean?
Regardless of this information about the team going into Long Island. John Tavares returns. How do you feel about the team irrespective of this game?
Well, I think it's displayed on my position here. I'm not quite sure.
Huh?
You know,
Yeah.
I could be sitting here going, boy, I love this team. They're going to go in and kick ass tomorrow night for John. No, I'm not. No, I don't have that feeling. I think there's and it might be because they're young and relatively, a new team together, only a couple of years. But I question that, the gumption of
Here's
this
what
team.
I'm hearing.
What are you hearing?
Here's my what I've been hearing. My intel, my Leaf intel, is that this happened very quietly, but there seems to be, and it's not for the first time. It happens quite often here in Toronto, where the coach now, people are starting to lose a little confidence in the Babcock.
I am.
What happened to the big old Babcock?
No, I am as well.
Babcock stock going down.
I said I think some nights the team looks confused. Secondly, this team's never, when the puck drops, this team's never ready to play. Is that on the coach? Is that on the players? But again, it happened the other night. They against Montreal down 3-0, and then they storm back, and then against Buffalo.
Didn't they win the Montreal game?
Yeah, and they won the Buffalo game too.
Yeah.
But they're never ready to start.
Isn't it fascinating that a guy like Mike Babcock, really a very pedigreed hockey person, what is it about coming here that all of a sudden all the great stuff that he was able to do with other teams starts to wane here? Why is that?
Well, he won a Stanley Cup, but he hadn't.
Well, yeah,
but he hasn't got past the first round of the playoffs since they won the Stanley Cup.
And he won the Stanley Cup with
Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't know, Howard, but the team seems confused on many nights, and he seems very, he seems
disorganized.
Stubborn.
Who? The Babcock?
Yeah, like to try different things. But go on a winning streak, win a couple of playoff rounds, and everybody will fall in love with him.
Yeah, I'm similar right now on Tigers' chances at the Masters.